I'm Bill Evans, and this is Thoughts from a Tolerant Man, Episode 9. Golf is life. Now, for most of you, that's going to sound pretty outrageous, but stay with me for a moment. I want to dedicate today's podcast to two people. One is someone I used to work with and have been able to help with golf. She's developing a beautiful swing. The other is another friend I used to work with who has become so dedicated to golf that he's up at 5:30 in the morning hitting shots into a net before going off to work. I've been there. We've just come off my favorite week of the year, Masters Week. The Masters has a long and storied history, and I've been watching it since I was 14 years old. I missed it only once, the year I was serving in Korea. What's interesting is that before that, I went through basic training at Fort Gordon, Georgia, less than 10 miles from Augusta National. I was close enough to smell the azaleas, but not close enough to walk the course. I fell in love with golf at 14. I didn't even have a real club at first. I fashioned one out of things I found in the basement and used a wiffle ball to play a course I designed in the backyard. Before long, I started putting together a real set, one club at a time, from Kmart. Over time, the equipment improved, but more importantly, so did my understanding of the game. I read every book I could find. I have a doctorate in education, but I have over 100 books on golf. Eventually, I developed a swing that was good enough to compete. I couldn't afford a country club, but I found some local tournaments, and along the way I managed to win the Michelob-sponsored Long Island Classic. Later I joined clubs, continued to work on my game, and was fortunate enough to win 3 club championships. People often wonder how hitting a ball that isn't even moving can be so difficult. The answer is simple. Golf is not just physical. Someone once said that 90% of golf is mental. And then someone else added, the other 10% is mental. I didn't start winning until I understood that. I was never good enough to play professionally. And I sometimes wish I'd had the opportunity to play in high school or college, but I worked hard enough to know something important. Pretty good is not good enough. If I had the choice between interviewing someone for a job or playing a round of golf with them, I'd choose golf every single time. Because golf doesn't build character, it reveals it. You see how someone handles pressure. You see if they're honest. You see if they nudge the ball with their foot into a better lie. You see how they handle winning and how they handle losing. And maybe, most importantly, it's a game for a lifetime. There's something special about seeing a grandfather or a grandmother playing alongside their grandchildren. That's not just a sport. That's something deeper. And that's a thought from a tolerant man.